You know what? Okay.
Is that legal?
All right. You know what? Let's have Jeff do the intro.
Yes.
This is what you're gonna say, right? Welcome to After the Final Pour. Today we're drinking Goose Island's Lolita.
Welcome to After the Final Pour. We are going to be participating and drinking and enjoying the fabulous taste of Goose Island's Lolita.
You know what, Jeff? I think.
God, can you do all our intros?
Yeah, I think from now on I'm gonna be like, Jeff, I need you to come to the basement and record the intros from now on. Jesus, Jeff. By the way, welcome to After the Final Pour. It's something you've never been a part of.
Yes,
we do these occasionally, and this will be probably this follows the week that we did the Old Man Beer episode, Volume 2.
Actually, it's apropos. Mm-hmm. Lolita, and this is my
Ooh,
virgin tour.
Okay. If you guys haven't seen the movie Lolita or read the book, you'll understand what he's referencing. Man, did you guys take a sip of that yet?
I did.
What year is this?
2013.
Jeff, I want to know what Jeff's first impression of this beer is. Aroma and taste. Do you need a Tums?
I'll go back further. I'll take it out, sir.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about the taste of this beer?
Specifically this beer.
This beer.
Because you specifically
This
chose it.
beer.
In no relation to anything else.
Exactly.
Because we showed you Brandon's beer cellar.
Yes.
And you were interested because you saw it. It stood out to you.
Just saw the label. That's all. And the bottle, of course.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's on the label's on the bottle.
After the second taste, it's surprisingly a little bit aftertaste, a little light.
So did you see what kind of beer this is? Do you have any idea?
No, I did not see.
So if you had to guess, any flavors or specific kinds of beer come to mind?
Acidic fruit, like that.
Very nice. Maybe we should have him on a mystery beer episode.
Seriously, dude, nail on the head on that one. Brandon, what is Goose Island's 2013 Lolita?
Lolita is a Belgian-style wild ale.
Which means that it was wild fermented, which gives it a nice tart and sour flavor.
With raspberries.
Yes.
Sorry.
With what?
Raspberries.
Raspberries.
What are harassberries? Are they berries that harass you?
Yes, until you get the flavor.
Exactly.
Like, come taste me.
Sounds like
stupid
something,
piece of shit.
Sounds like something from Monty Python.
Ooh, it's the harassberries.
An ale brewed with raspberries and aged in wine barrels.
Ooh, aged in wine barrels. Okay, so
Wine barrels.
wine barrels, raspberries,
I will say this
and
was
cool.
not the beer I expected to open tonight.
What were you expecting?
Same here.
Honestly.
Oh, I had no
Expectations.
I had no expectations.
I don't think Brandon really ever has expectations when we do it after the final pour. Maybe
Jeff's
occasionally.
wild meanderings into
he was
my
crazy.
beer
He was running in there.
was like, all right.
Pants were half
What's
off.
this thing right there?
If I had
My belt
to,
came off. I can't help it. It doesn't happen sometimes.
and I wasn't necessarily going to be like, oh, I'm going to pick whatever, like, if you pick something up, but he picked that up and was like, all right, we'll do that. So after the final pour that became, and again, I've been holding on to this since, I think, 2013. So, I've not had, I don't have Lolita much. And I don't think I've had it really since 2013, so very good.
This isn't one of the other aged beers that we've done which I think was an after the final pour on one of maybe the very first recording, first season, so to speak, of After the Final Pour, we did with Pat McHugh.
Yes.
We did Pierre Jacques. That's the only other time that I know we've done an aged, large bottle format Goose Island beer, other than, bourbon counties and stuff like that. This is fruity, tart, a little burny going down.
A little bit.
Not getting any off flavors or vinegar or anything like that, but it is. If this was chilled, I mean your cellar is
what it is,
nice and cool. But if this was nice and cold, I think this would be outstanding. But it's very good.
Good
it's held up
analogy
very well.
on that, on the getting the chiller.
Yeah, and
Cooler.
and there's still a nice sweetness to it.
Yeah.
And Jeff, you're right. As I'm drinking through this taster that we have, it did kind of feel a bit lighter, and I do get more of the fruit.
Yeah.
And it's not as I don't want to say harsh, but as acidic forward. There is still a strong acidicness to it.
Totally.
But it's very good. It's very nice. That's really awesome. What sucks, Brandon, every time that you open up a bottle, I'm always like,
That's the last one.
wish we had one more.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Womp, womp.
Well, good thing we've got 4 more King Henrys. Are we gonna shotgun that Bourbon County you got today, or what?
Do it.
JK. We do have some more Steel Reserve at least, so that's good. Clark, what's your impression of this?
I like it. I'm not a huge wild, funky, sour beer guy, but I do appreciate them, if that makes sense, especially when aged in wine barrels.
Yeah.
And when I went out to...
And 11 years old.
And very old. Let me tell you,
You
about
know, it
the
doesn't
time.
age after it's in a bottle.
Actually,
That's what she said.
Oh. But it does. That's the
it doesn't age after she's in the
kicker.
Is there more of that beer?
A lot
left?
happens.
There's a lot
Yeah, a lot
more
happens in the
beer.
bottle.
Good, 'cause
especially
I
with
want
these kind of
some of
beers, it
Really?
changes over time for sure.
That's why those
Completely
bourbon barrels
different than a nice bourbon.
some will
A
develop.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because
Then
after-
once
sir.
that's in
I
there,
almost thought we were
Yep.
doing it after the
Doesn't-
final pour.
it's not changing.
but
bourbon,
the beer is different.
Beer will change definitely in a bottle. Yeah.
Yes,
So we'll buy
as long as it's preserved
us-
in a
yeah.
quality area.
exactly. Us beer fools will buy multiple bottles of the same beer and drink it over time to see how it changes. So this specifically would change a lot probably.
I pretty much only let beer sit for a year.
Really interesting.
It is.
I wish I had that same.
They don't always end up
right
better
away,
though.
Right away, going back to the bourbon, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or good scotch.
Brandon,
for sure.
Brandon, you've poured
12 years is 12 years. And that's it. It's not, you can have it for 20 years. It's still going to be 12
No
years.
different.
Brandon poured more for he and I, and as we're getting closer to the bottom of the bottle, the clarity has gone away because all that sediment is now.
Oh, dissipated.
Does
Everything is there.
Yeah.
Any
Yes,
difference in
you
taste?
have-
or
Find out.
You have all the guts and the glory.
And you get all
Everything.
the flavor. Yeah.
There's a lot more. It's a bit more tart. I feel like. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Clark's switching it around.
It's
It's nice though.
It's
It's
a
good.
tart I enjoy.
Yeah,
It has not gone bad with the beer.
absolutely.
That is a hazy.
Not the hazy. Now there's a bit
More
more,
than hazy.
acidity now. I feel like sitting in my chest with this
Yeah,
one.
totally. All right, you got it. You got
No,
experience
no,
like
no.
that?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Your typical cloudy IPA.
Kids,
I'm
send them to
kids,
school to
yeah.
eat the books.
That's for
Is
sure.
that
My
what kids
dad
are-
would say.
Is that what kids are doing these days? They better keep those masks on.
13-year-olds are.
I also don't want Jeff to get dumb. This guy.
Oh boy.
All right.
All right. Well, I think mighty fine pick, Jeff. Thank you for grabbing that out of Brandon's cellar. We should just have Jeff come over to after the final pour and
No,
just grab
just-
the random beers because he knows nothing. He has not you don't know nothing, but you have no idea what's in there. You have no idea what's in there.
Can you drive me home? Because I don't know where I'm going.
I mean, that is true. It is past your bedtime.
Oh, it's your night to put the pens on.
Oh, great. Fantastic. I earned it.
Last one in.
Clark, can I get a ride home? All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to After the Final Pour. Brandon, I love you, man.
Love you too, bud.
Jeff, thanks for joining us for After the Final Pour.
Thank you, Tony, for having me. Brandon for having me. And Clark, you're the best over there on the keyboard.
Thank you so much. I'm glad someone appreciates me.
See,
over
that
here.
was a better way to thank us because you thanked me and Brandon first. You could thank Brandon and me first, but Clark is always last, no matter how much you
Yeah,
want
but
to
Well,
compliment.
the best-
He's furthest away from me.
He's just doing it the way.
And he said
the
more
rest
about
of-
me than the two of you, so that's kind of clear.
This is your last After the Final Pour, Clark. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us on social media platforms individually. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, on Untapped, BDub Drinks Beer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Asa Phelps Chicago. On Twitter, The Asa Phelps Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.